Filter, Jurassitol. Alright, so this will be some bass included here. I'll go through all of the parts, the bass parts, the guitar parts. I'll just jam right through them, right off the top. After that, I'll go back through, guide you through it a little more, and let you know exactly what's going on, what I'm doing. Before we get to all that, do me a huge favor, help out the channel, hit that subscription button. Be much appreciated. Alright, and let's get on into this. Jurassitol by Filter. Okay, so we'll start with these bass lines here. Really cool bass lines. Basically, get down to drop D, okay? Take that top E, just take it down a whole step so that we're at D. And you can throw some dirt on this too, it sounds nice. Because or something like that. Alright, and I use a pick with this, it makes it easier because we're picking around, bouncing around a lot here. But what we're going to be doing is just kind of going back and forth between opens and 10 and 12 on the top D string, okay? So initially you want to do a couple of opens, then we go 10, open, 12, and then a couple of opens. Okay, and that's the first measure. Alright, and then we finish it off by doing 10, open, 10, couple opens, 10, open, and then finish on 12. Okay, so it's just a lot of just back and forth between 10s, 12s, opens. It's just a matter of getting the timing right on them. Essentially, when you're picking this, you just kind of want to be going, okay, just like a continuous down, up, down, up, down, up. And then just get the notes in there where they need to be. So, just slowly here, it'd be something like. Okay, so just get used to that, get that all worked up, and then it's just a matter of getting it up to tempo. Okay, and the next section I'd like to cover on bass is once we get to the second verse, essentially we're going to play the same verse pattern, but we're just going to add something to the end of it now. Okay, so we'll just go through our first two measures like we normally would. Okay, but once we get through it once there, we're going to add this bit now, where we come down and we're just going to pick a whole measure of threes. Okay, and then we're just going to go a few fours, a few fives, and then a couple sixes. So we're just kind of starting at 3, working our way slowly up. Okay, so slowly that last couple measures would be. All right, and that's after we've gone through our initial 2 measures that we regularly do with the verse. So slowly this whole thing. All right, just to add a little something there. All right, and from here on out, pretty much all the other bass parts are just doing what the guitar is doing, but just on that single top D string. All right, so pretty basic there. So let's do this chorus riff for guitar, which, like I said, applies for bass too, just the top string. And it's pretty basic. It's just 3 chords. So we'll come up here, and guitar is in drop D tuning as well. All right, so we're going to come up here. We're going to hit this 8th fret power chord. So just bar that top D, A, and middle D. Okay, it's an A sharp power chord, and we just want to do a full measure of that. All right. We drop down to the 3rd fret for that F power chord, split this measure. Okay, so we hit that a couple counts, and then we come up and we hit the 5th fret power chord for that G5 to finish the measure. All right, and we just rest 2 measures. All right, so guitar is pretty much resting that whole first verse. But once the second verse comes around, what it's going to do is essentially mimic that second half of what the bass does. Initially, the first run through here, we don't hit this initial open power chord. Okay, so once that second verse starts, I think the bass goes through it a couple times, and then once we get to like that 3rd run through, we meet the bass, all right, at that 3rd fret for a measure, 4, 5, 6 power chord. Okay. All right, and then after you get through that the first time, you can come back and hit that open, and just let that open power chord ring until the next time we get to that 3rd, 3, 4, 5, 6 power chord section. Okay, we get to the bridge section here. Kind of adds a new little riff. All right, so this one, like I said, bass will be same as this, just the top D string. So we're going to come at the 6th fret here for the G sharp 5 power chord. We hit that a couple counts, drop down, hit the 2 power chord to the 3 power chord. All right, and then we finish it off with that second measure, but come up to 4. All right, hit that for a count, and then just come up and hit a couple of 5s. All right, and then we're just a continuous kind of repetition of hitting that 6 and then dropping down, scaling back up to it. Okay, the outro, we get a new riff. Basically, we're going to just hit an open power chord and let it ring for about a measure and a count. All right, and then we just cram in a bunch here at the end of that second measure, where we strum about 4 of these 6 power chords here. Okay, just a real quick 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, hit a quick open, and then we go 3, 5. Okay. All right, and then we would just repeat that. All right, and after you go through that a few times, if you listen closely, there's a faint little addition that comes in, where after we hit that open, you can come up and do something like this if you want, where we hit this little octave thing the 9 on the A with the 11 on the G. Just hit that once and then bring it up a fret to the 10A, 12G. All right. It's just a faint little thing that you can hear in the background. So if you want to do that, you can do that, and you just end it the same way. All right, and you can just ride that all the way out to the end. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.